how would you like to increase your credit? Whether you're applying for a mortgage loan, a car loan, personal loan, or any loan, the better credit you have, the better rate you get. In this video, I'll be going over the factors that make up your credit score. We'll be going over how to increase your credit score. If you don't have credit, how you can get credit, types of credit scores, and how you can get your credit scores for free and monitor them. Stay tuned. Welcome to the channel. My name is Stephen Hunt. I'm a licensed real estate salesperson in the capital region of New York with eXp Realty. I am also a licensed loan originator with Freedom One Funding in New York. On my channel, I'll be going over everything real estate as well as some tips on finance. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on a video. According to Credit Karma, there are 6 factors that make up your credit score. There's payment history, which has a high impact. Payment history is basically you making your payments on time at the due date of your credit cards every month, or your loan. Basically, you're not missing a payment. Missing a payment has a big impact on your credit score. So try not to miss those. Even if you just pay the minimum amount, pay it. The second factor is credit card utilization. This is basically how much of your credit line you're using. So let's say you have a credit card and it's $1,000 in credit line. You're using $500 out of that $1,000. So you'll have a 50% credit card utilization. Now they have different ranges of credit card utilization that gives you like excellent credit, good credit, fair credit, bad credit. If you have less than 10%, you're usually at the excellent range. If you have less than 30%, you're usually at the good range. The higher the percentage of credit card utilization, the less your credit score will become. So try to keep it below 10%. If you can't, keep it at least below 30%. And make sure you hit those minimum payments every month. Third factor is derogatory marks. Derogatory marks are basically any missed payments that went to collections, or if you have a repossession or a foreclosure. So derogatory marks are something you want to stay away from. You don't want any of that on your credit. If you do see one on your credit that it's not correct, then you'll have to contact the credit bureaus to correct it. Let them know it was an incorrect derogatory mark. That happens to some people. It doesn't happen very often, but it happens once in a while. That's why it's very good to have these credit apps that you can monitor your credit with. So you'll be notified if you have a derogatory mark, or you can check it. I'll be going over these free credit score apps more towards the end of this video, so stay with me. The first 3 factors that we went over are high impact factors. So you're definitely going to want to make sure you keep these 3 in check. The next factor is age of credit history. With the age of credit history, they're going to average out your total credit accounts and come up with the average age. So for example, let's say you have 3 credit cards. You have a 1-year-old credit card, a 2-year-old credit card, and a 3-year-old credit card. That's how long you had each of these credit cards. What they're going to do is they're going to add 3, 2, and 1 together, which is 6, and divide it by the total amount of credit you have, which is 3. So you're going to have a total of 2-year age history. The longer the age history, the better the credit. So with this being said, you'll find out that in order for you to receive excellent credit, you're going to have to slowly gain your age history as well, which has medium impact. The first 3 are the main focus. With age history, lenders like seeing that you're responsible. So the more age history you have, the better it is. Next factor is total accounts. Total accounts is basically how many credit cards you have or how many loans you have, and they just total up the amount. And by the way, this is low impact. The more accounts you have, the better your credit score. I think with Credit Karma, their scale shows, I think it's 21 or more total accounts will be excellent, and 0 to 5 is where they have the poor. Obviously, if you're starting out, you're going to have less than 5, and you work your way up if you want to work that factor up. Again, it's low impact, so it doesn't affect it tremendously. The first 3 are the main ones. The last factor is also a low impact factor. It's hard inquiries. Hard inquiry is basically anytime someone pulls your credit. They do a hard pull. Some credit cards, you get a soft pull, so it doesn't show up. And then some credit cards, you do a hard pull, and then it will show up. The thing about hard inquiries is it will go away. It takes a certain amount of time in order for it to leave your history, but it will eventually fade off of the credit score. Now that you know the factors that make up your credit score, let's go into how to increase your credit score. We're going to start off with payment history. That's one of the high impact factors. Make sure you always pay your credit card bills on time, or any bill on time. Always pay on time. Never have a missed payment. With your credit cards, sometimes you may have a minimum balance or a minimum due amount. Pay that minimum due amount if you can't handle the full balance. That will help increase your credit score tremendously. It will take a little bit of time, but continue to do that. Another way to get a higher credit score is by increasing your credit line. Now, remember when we went over the total accounts? If you have 0 to 5, you're at the low end of the scale. If you get more than 5, you climb a little bit higher on the scale, according to Credit Karma. So I would say apply for more credit cards, or if you need a car and you plan to get a loan, then get a car loan. That'll help you out. If you don't need it, don't do it. But for credit card wise, you can find companies that do soft pulls. I think American Express does that. You're going to have to double check. Of course, your credit score is going to have to be at a certain range in order for you to even get another credit card. So follow the first step by paying everything off and not missing a payment. And then you could do this step once your credit score goes up a little bit more. Another way for you to increase your credit would be to decrease your usage percentage, so your credit usage. So you want to try to keep it under 10%. That's on the higher point of the scale, the highest point, which is excellent. Or if you can't manage that, keep it at below 30%. That'll help out as well. Make sure you make those payments. And if you apply for more credit line, the current amount of usage you have will be a less percentage. Let's say you had $1,000 in credit line. You only had, let's say you had 500 used. So it'll be 50%. Now let's say you got another credit card and they gave you $3,000. Now you're at $4,000 and you had that $500. Now you're at 20%. See the difference? So the credit usage will be less, which will increase your credit score. Another way for you to increase your credit score is by not applying for new credit. Now I know I said before that you need to apply for more credit in order for you to raise your credit score. The thing is once you initially applied for the credit, after that phase, then you don't apply for more credit cards frequently, because that will keep hitting your hard inquiry. So just to give you an idea of what I did, don't do this if you don't feel comfortable. It's up to you. What I did was I applied for a ton of credit cards. So I did 2 American Express. I did, I think I had a Discover. I did a Wells Fargo as well. That was an American Express, and I got approved for all 3 of them at once. I did them the same day. I applied for a Venture card, and I got approved. I applied for a City card, and I got approved. So I applied for a ton of cards, and I got approved. But obviously, some of them did a hard inquiry, and it hit the credit score. So it started going down. I had like over 750, and it ended up being, I think, like 630 or something like that. I'm not sure. I knew it was a significant jump because of the amount of credit I was applying for. I also did increase the credit usage at one point just to get some points, but it was a 0% interest rate. So I was just taking advantage of that for a little bit just to leverage my money. However, once I did all that and I had all the cards, I paid my balance every month, and then I completely paid off all the balance eventually before the 0% rate went away. So now I had over $100,000 in credit line, and my credit score started shooting up like crazy because the monthly payments were always made on time. I never missed a payment, and I decreased my balance all the way to 0. And just so you guys know, I really did apply for a ton of credit cards. I even just took it out just for this video to show you how much I have. I didn't even count it. but I think it's over 20. Maybe not. I'm not sure, but I know I have over 21 accounts because I have excellent in the total account for Credit Karma. Another way for you to increase your credit score very fast is by hitting that like button right below here, and that'll help you with your credit score. Now, the reason I have so many credit cards was because I love getting those bonus points. I knew I had I think it was like 150,000 for the Hilton card. I think it was like 80,000 or 60,000 for the Delta Reserve, and there was a whole bunch of cash back and a whole bunch of other things that made me apply for these cards, as well as I wanted to have a bigger credit limit. Now I do care about my credit score, so I'm working on getting that up. I haven't applied for any new credit cards since about a year and a half, I think. So I'm trying to keep my credit score up so I can start getting some investments and things like that. Another way to increase your credit very fast is by becoming an authorized user. Now, not everyone will be able to do this because you will have to know someone with excellent credit who would be okay with making you an authorized user on one of their credit cards or credit line. Being an authorized user gives you the ability to use the other person's credit line. This is why it's so hard to find someone that will give you the opportunity to become an authorized user. So I'd recommend speaking with a close family member, and they'll probably help you out. Unless you know a really good friend who can help you, then you can do that. And I'll be making more videos about these credit cards I applied for, why I did it, the status match, the status they give you, the freebies you get for having the status. So I'll be going over all of that in other videos, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out the video. Now we're going to be going over what to do if you don't have any credit. Apply for a secured credit card. So you can apply for this at a federal credit union or any other banks. And once you get it, then you start using it, and that will help you increase your credit. Now the thing about a secured credit card is it's a little different from a regular credit card because you have to deposit the money into the secured credit card before you use it. Another way for you to build your credit if you didn't have any is by becoming an authorized user. This is the same thing we went over with increasing your credit previously. Now there are many types of credit scores. There's FICO, there's TransUnion, there's Equifax, and there's Experian. I'm not sure if I'm missing any, but those are the ones I'm familiar with. Now I'm going to let you know how you can get your free credit score and how you can monitor it. This will help you overall with increasing your credit score. I recommend downloading these apps. There's Credit Karma, which shows you your TransUnion and your Equifax. There's Experian, which shows you your Experian. Some credit cards also give you a free credit score. Like I know the JetBlue card gives you a free FICO credit score. The Capital One card gives you your FICO score as well. Discover gives you FICO score as well. I think all of the credit cards gives you an update on your credit score. Not too sure on that, but when you apply for credit cards, just download the app and check to see if they give you your free credit score. And that's it for credit for now. I will be making more videos about credit in the future and some of the credit cards that I applied for, things like that. If you want me to make videos on a certain topic, please comment below and let me know. If you thought this was helpful, please hit that like button. It really helps my channel grow. And remember to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you don't miss out on a video.